This week was a good one. My 11-year-old son and I go kayaking down an Alaskan river that still has ice on it. We build a shelter to camp in, and we cook some delicious food over the campfire. It was impossible to stay dry, but...
Everything's full of water. My gloves are full of water. My clothes are full of water.
we still had a great time. Follow along as we experience the wonder of Alaska together.
Bye-bye! Well, Walter and I are floating down the Nenana River, but we're doing it before the ice has truly gone out. I need to put this thing on a head mount. We made it maybe 100 yards before the first chute of rapids, and Walter, how are you feeling?
Cold enough.
You hit the rapids perfectly, but these kayaks aren't designed for expeditions, so we've got our gear. This dry bag here, it only weighs probably 15 pounds, but the other bag, that's just all of our bedding. The other bag that's got all of our food and other supplies, that one's heavy, and Walter couldn't steer very well, so I just shoved it in mine, which means I won't be able to steer very well, but hopefully it's better for me than it was for him. But that was a fun little ride though.
Yeah,
We've got another...
I missed a rock by inches.
Yeah, it was pretty close. We've got about another 12 miles to go.
And then I nearly
it's getting late, so...
over with when I did an emergency turn.
Yeah. All right, let's hit the river. We're both soaked.
I don't want to do that. It might splash. Sorry.
It was raining earlier today, and it looks like the rain's gonna catch up to us if we don't get down the river.
Watch out behind you.
Thank you. Ooh. Shallower than I want it to be. Uh-oh.
Yikes. Oh, no.
Get straight.
Good thing. Oh, my.
That was a cool little rock slide. Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
You don't want that boulder to fall on your head? We should go fishing here. There might be fish here right now, actually.
If there's one thing I could change about this trip, I would definitely fire the cameraman. Seriously, he had one job. I had my GoPro on a head mount and didn't realize I was just gathering hours of footage that's completely unusable. I feel pretty sick about it, but I guess those are the growing pains of a beginning YouTuber. Believe it or not, the shots I have included are the best bits I was able to salvage.
I had to go in between them because the current.
Yep. So if you've been wondering what is going on behind me here, we are going past Usabelli coal mine right now, and that's where they send coal across the river to be loaded onto trains. On the west side of the river, that's where the trains are, that's where they get loaded. On the east side of the river, up in the mountains, that's where they mine the coal. So they call this the tipple. Oh, that big blue thing that looks like a pipe is, there's a conveyor belt that runs the length of that, so the coal will travel up that conveyor, and then inside that building right there, the trains are able to drive through that, and an operator will load the trains as the cars go through. Each car will stop inside of there and get loaded. It'll move on and the next car will get loaded, so on and so forth. We had to pull out of the water so we could have a bathroom break and eat a quick snack. We're eating some muffins that Mommy made. How's your muffin?
Yummy.
Mine too. Well, we got about 9 miles of river left to do, but I don't think we're gonna do a whole lot more tonight. We've got to make a shelter because we don't have a tent or a tarp, and we're gonna lose daylight if we stay on the river all day. We've got some rain coming in from the mountains. It might be snow tonight. We're gonna have to build ourselves a good shelter so we can stay warm, huh?
Actually, my legs aren't that wet. And they
You are pretty wet.
I know, but my legs are not wet.
Oh, good.
At all.
Mine are. All right.
Too peaceful.
Too peaceful.
Should we take that detour?
Which detour? Oh, way over there? I'm not. I think I would get
No,
stuck.
that one.
Oh, I'm not taking that one either. I don't want to get stuck hauling my boat. I want my boat to haul me. We think we found a good camping spot, so we're gonna line our boats back up there. Walter, hop up on the ice and start pulling. Hey, that is cool. Huh. Nifty. That was some pretty cool looking ice. We're never gonna make camp because we're having too much fun breaking ice. Oh well. We waited too long. It's raining now, just a little bit of a sprinkle. And we passed all of the gravel bars with lots of driftwood. So we just headed into the woods and we're gonna make camp right here. We better get to work. Nightime's coming way too fast.
We don't have any beds yet.
Yeah, we better fix that. I'm gonna stash the kayaks in this little slough here. The wind can get absolutely ripping through this river valley. Just a couple days ago we had, sustained winds of probably 60 miles an hour and gusts a lot higher than that. So we're gonna tuck the kayaks into this little slough, and Walter's up there getting firewood already. Should be able to make ourselves a nice little camp out of the wind. What are you building?
Campfire.
Well, let's see what you can do. Better hurry, I'm shivering.
Me too.
Walter's gonna cheat and use cotton. Hey, all right, build your fire. Cotton takes off like a champ. I better get busy here. I'm cold.
In fact, what I want to do is take my took socks off. Those are soap. Yeah, I should have brought Whoa, Dad, they're steaming inside because of my feet.
Huh.
Ugh. And out goes the fire.
We couldn't wait to cook dinner, so we're gonna have some smoked cheese and pilot bread just for a snack. Hopefully this stuff is as good as I want it to be. I don't know.
I'm gonna
Sometimes
try
I get
it
rubber.
roasted.
Ooh, Walter's gonna roast it. So that means it's gonna be double smoked.
Nope, I'm not gonna smoke it. I'm gonna roast it.
Just roast it.
Roasted and smoked are not the same.
All right. Here's Walter's roasted cracker and cheese. Pilot bread with cheese. It actually turned out pretty well. Had to scrape some of the burn off, but not bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mind if I have a bite?
Don't mind at all.
That's better than a grilled cheese sandwich. Walter, you're onto something. Here, come take a bite. Wow. I'm not kidding. That's better than grilled cheese. Our shelter isn't finished yet, but it's getting late and we're getting hungry. So we're gonna make dinner and then we'll finish the shelter. We're almost done with the sleeping platform, but it's gonna be a while yet before we have a roof over our heads. Today for dinner, we ran out of moose meat, but we bought some American Wagyu. It was on sale at the Three Bears, so we're gonna try this stuff out. I don't know if it's any good or not, but we've been marinating it, and I think it will be delicious. Walter decided to treat me. He says he's gonna do the cooking, and I will watch. So you're gonna want some oil in the pan.
Yeah. This is kind of my first time.
There you go. I might want to wear my leather gloves. When you're cooking a steak, you want to sear both sides. So you're gonna get your pan on the coals, but you don't want to burn the oil. So get that roasting. Spread your oil around.
It just feels so good. Yeah, it's just probably gonna splatter. And I don't like it. I don't like splatters.
That might be too big for the pan. Yeah.
As long as it's me, I'll eat it.
All right, Walter. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks.
First, I'm gonna cut it in half, and which half do you want?
I don't care.
Okay.
You just do some slicey dicey.
Okay. Much better. This is a lot sharper than a steak knife, I think.
Yeah.
Whew. Ha.
What do you think?
So far, delicious, perfect,
Perfect?
and then some.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess it's perfect and then some, so
Very juicy.
juicy's the way we like it.
Yeah. Actually, I think it was made better because the pink part tends to be the juiciest but the least done.
Yeah, that's true.
But now it's all juicy and well done.
All right. I've never had Wagyu. This will be a first for me. Let's see if it's any good. First bite of Wagyu beef.
Now, which one's on there?
That is good. That is really good.
That's delicious, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's buttery. Just look at this juicy goodness. That fat that's marbled in the meat just melts throughout it, and it's all super good. I'm a fan. What do you think, Walter? I mean, we try not to buy beef, but we ran out of anything we could make steaks. We still got burger and sausage, but we don't have any moose or caribou steaks. And Walter wanted steaks.
We could make some burger, but
yeah.
I do.
Well, this is good. It kind of spoils a guy. Moose meat's a lot leaner than this, huh?
Moose meat has a more moose taste.
Definitely. This is hitting the spot, though. It's gonna be a really late night if we want a roof. I don't think we really need a roof to stay warm. It's not supposed to get that cold tonight. It still feels like it's above freezing, 35 degrees Fahrenheit, which...
That's gonna get me cold, Dad.
We'll be fine with our sleeping bags, but...
Still gonna get cold.
Anyway, we've got a couple A-frames up, and
Dad, don't forget that.
I'm gonna put a ridge pole across the top, and then we'll put some more A's down there, leaning against the ridge pole, and fill it in with some spruce boughs and brush, and that way if it snows tonight, hopefully we stay mostly dry. It won't keep us any warmer except for keeping the wind off of us, but it will at least keep us a little bit drier.
Almost. Yikes. Not quite, or just right?
Hey, I didn't think you'd actually be able to get a grip on that fat log. Oh, I think we're gonna call it quits on the shelter. I just don't have enough energy to finish this thing up tonight. We were supposed to leave about 5 hours earlier than we did. And when I realized we were going to be late, I meant to grab a tarp. I didn't. And now we've got some kind of sleet, hail stuff coming down on us. It's a little bit after midnight, but the temperature hasn't dropped that much. I think we're just barely at freezing. The shelter will cover, almost half of us and keep us mostly dry. We've got a few more logs I'll lay up, but I just don't have enough energy. We've all been sick for the last month or so, and finally feeling better. Walter's still coughing though, so I think we just need to get to bed. Hopefully this doesn't turn into actual rain. If it turns into actual rain, we might be a little miserable, but we've got a fire going, so it's not going to be dangerous, just miserable. So we've got a half-finished shelter, and it's just gonna have to do for the night, because...
And I've got steamed feet.
Feet are steaming. He's been going barefoot this whole time. Crazy guy. We'll bring the fire nice and close to the shelter so we can roast some marshmallows, and Walter's eating Starburst right now.
No, I finished.
Finished? Was it good?
Yeah.
All right.
I like the shell that happens when they cool.
Me too.
Well, I have actually eaten several molten, and those tasted really good.
Nice. That is a young man who's hit his limits. It's after 1 o'clock a.m. It's still warm. It's got to be 35 degrees. We've had rain and some kind of sleet, freezing rain, I guess. And so I know it's close to freezing, but I mean, I can see my breath. Kind of. Okay, I can see my breath, but not much more than that. It's decently warm, so I think we'll be plenty warm as long as it doesn't dump rain on us. I was hoping that I'd have enough time to finish laying out these logs, and I can spread these out farther and then just lay spruce boughs up against them, layer them up. I shouldn't have made it as tall as I did, but that was a request from my son, and I thought we could manage it. Boy, was I wrong. It's already in the wee hours of the morning, and Walter's sleeping outside of his sleeping bag. Making a bed out of pine boughs, you can just grab the whole branch and lay it down, but if you instead just get the softer, more tender bits, and you start at one end, so the part with the needles, the nice soft twiggy end, is facing the same way every time, and the part that connects to the tree is facing the same way every time. You start at one end and you layer them, then you don't have all the pokey bits sticking up to put holes in your sleeping pad or your sleeping bag, whatever you're putting on top of it. Anyway, it's a much more comfortable bed, but it takes a long time. I think I just spent, had to be an entire hour just building this bed here, but I am going to roll out a couple of sleeping pads and stuff my son in a sleeping bag. It's time for sleep. Oh, good morning. How'd you sleep, Walter?
Better than if I was at home.
All right. I woke up a few times, and every time I woke up, this guy wasn't even twitching, so that's good.
I was really warm last night, so.
Yeah. Well, what kind of sleeping bag are you in?
2 kids' sleeping bags.
Yeah. So I have a decent sleeping bag, and that's nice, but I don't have nice sleeping bags for the kids, so we just take 2 of these cheap Coleman bags, put one inside the other, and
Normally it's good.
it's not bad. I don't really want to get out of bed,
Same.
but I can't be here all day, sadly. I'm off to get some river water for our morning hot chocolate. I could hear some pretty good thumps last night, so I'm guessing some of this ice shelf fell in. Yeah, here we go. Here's one of these ice shelves caved in last night. They'll make a pretty good thump when they go. The reason that the river is got as much water flowing as it does is because the power plant where we put into the water, it's a steam power plant, and they use river water to condense the steam back into water, and after the heat from the steam is exchanged to the river water, it gets pumped back out to the river, and it's regulated how warm the water can be, but it's a lot warmer than freezing. So downriver from the power plant, the river will thaw out differently than it would otherwise. If you go upstream of the power plant, there's still no channel of water. The whole river is covered with ice, but because of the power plant, we can go kayaking a lot earlier than normal, and I'm hoping that the water runs out about where the road meets up with the river again, and that's where my wife is gonna come and pick us up today. Walter, are you using our bed for a table?
Actually, I'm using it for a kitchen, Daddy.
Kitchen. Chef Walter's gonna make some caribou sausage. Ooh, a little frozen in there, I see.
Not that frozen.
Got a
Probably do the other end.
meat squisher. All right, fry those bad chickens up.
They're no chickens.
While Walter's frying up some caribou sausage, I
I'm going to try something I've never tried before. I don't know how many times I've cooked bread in camp. I mean, it's not like I'm a super pro, but it's something we do fairly regularly these days. So I'm taking my bread dough. I'm gonna make a couple balls about this size. I've never done this, but I've watched Luke from Outdoor Boys do it a bunch of times, and he seems to know what he's talking about when it comes to campfire bread. So this is gonna go in the coals of the fire, and we'll see how it turns out. Walter finished cooking up some caribou sausage, and these bread balls are looking like they're almost done. They don't quite, well, maybe they're done. Don't quite sound done to me. But I kind of want to crack one open.
Want some sausage?
Yeah, let's eat some sausage. Ooh, perfection.
Looks yummy.
I agree.
Hot.
Definitely hot. All right, I think I'm gonna pull these out. Oops.
Not bad.
These weren't cooked all the way, but I just pulled the really doughy stuff out of the middle, and we'll cook that up. I think I'm gonna stick a piece of sausage in here and make myself a sausage roll.
Yum, yum.
Hopefully. Outdoor Boys says that the ash on the outside will just taste like flour. Sounds good to me. Yeah, don't taste anything from the ash. It's a little bit gritty, but that's all. This is actually really good. Huh. I burned a little bit on the outside here. Let me peel that off. Other than that, I would say that this bread is fantastic. Want a bite?
Very yummy.
I agree.
With a capital V.
This might be a new staple. That's really good. Ooh, we'll have to try it with bacon too. I don't know, I think sausage is better. Well, it was a good camp out, even though we didn't finish our shelter. What would you say, son? Would you do it again?
I wish we could stand, yes.
Yeah, I want to finish the shelter. It's, boy, kind of blow to my pride that we didn't finish the shelter last night.
Oh well, we slept great though.
Yeah, it didn't get that cold. It might have dipped to 20. I'm not even sure it got that cold. It's got to be 40 degrees right now. It's a nice warm day. Yeah, 40 degrees Fahrenheit when it's been winter for so long feels pretty good. It's time for us to go. Goodbye, campsite. At least the bed worked well.
No, it worked really well.
I agree. That worked perfectly. All right, back to the river. Hitting those rapids is super fun, but I took on a little bit too much water. I was getting super tippy. Water shifting inside the kayak. So we pulled into this nice little eddy, and when I went to get out, it shifted. The boat tipped over pretty well, and I took a dip. That water is not warm. Now, everything's full of water. My gloves are full of water. My clothes are full of water. I didn't go all the way under. It's not very deep here, but oh well. Whew, nice little stream here. It's all right though. It's a beautiful day. Feels like it's close to 50 degrees out here, probably more in the sun.
Probably 70.
Man, yeah, this is like way warmer than I thought it would be. Thank goodness, because I'm soaked. Pretty cool. Oh, there's the chute we should have taken. That would have been fun. Nice. There's Mommy. Oh, that's some good looking stuff. That's why dry bags are so nice. Too much water in this thing. Whew. There's some good looking kids. Laura, you want to jump in the river? Come here, William. Take a flying leap. Ah, good to see you, son. Hey, the ice is out all the way here. It wasn't just a week ago. I was nervous. Whew. This worked out really well, I'd say. One of the best things about children is they're having fun, doing all my work for me. Yeehaw!
How was the trip?
Very good.
Got out of the river just in time.
Walter and I sure had a good time on this trip. We are already making plans to return and finish the shelter that we started. It's an incredible blessing to live where we do and to be able to get out and enjoy Alaska as a family. We made some great memories that will last a lifetime. On the trip before this one, my two younger boys and I had to come home early. Next week, we head up into the hills and have a great time as we build a stone oven to cook food in, stay up way too late, and generally have a great time together. We'll see you there. Until then, be good if you can and careful if you can't.